Hello Facebook ads. Hello Facebook ads people. My name is Konstantinos, and today we're going to discuss about Facebook ads for startup businesses and smaller budgets. So, a lot of times people like me neglect people that they start now. Even when we were starting back in the day to have our own businesses, we tend to forget how difficult it is to kickstart a business.
It's difficult.
So, after some discussions that I had with people, they told me that, hey, we need to also know how to kickstart. It's not only about the advanced strategies and how to scale. And yes, I know that for us it's more interesting, to talk about scaling methods and stuff because it involves big budgets and stuff. But this is a problem that we also need to address, especially after the iOS changes. The iOS reality and the iOS changes is that we have much more difficult kickstart for the businesses. It's not so easy to train the pixels anymore. We have recently audiences that they have been removed, which has made targeting much more difficult, and then you are left with some options that they're going to be very broad to target. I have created videos about the audiences and how to overcome it. But at the end of the day, I think that it is very important to give you my opinion on how you should kickstart and start doing your Facebook ads. Of course, this is not a blueprint that it can apply to every business. What I want you to understand from this discussion is how you should approach it. We have $50 per day. There are two different categories. Are you going to send traffic from another source? For example, are you going to do Google Ads? Do you have affiliate links? Do you have referrals? If you do, you should do also retargeting with your Facebook ads. Now, in the case that we are not having this luxury of doing other kind of ads or sending traffic or having sales from other channels to our store, what you should do is this. You should go only for top of funnel. Use your $50, especially at the start, the initiation month, for top of funnel only without doing any retargeting. Some people are going to say, are you crazy? No, well, a lot of people say to me lately, but I'm not. I also have the crazy method, but I'm not crazy.
Flashback.
Don't forget that you have to be created and
End of flashback.
So the whole point is this. I don't want you to fragment your budget so much, okay? At the start, it's not like you're having so much traffic so that you can retarget it. And I know that it's a little bit unconventional, but this is something that I have done with businesses in order to kickstart and start having sales. So spend all your $50 for 1 month in your top of funnel and start your retargeting the next month based on your results that you're going to have and based on the money that you can actually give. Also, maybe it's going to be a motive. If you have better results, you can spend a little bit more for the next month. Now, let's see how we're going to start a campaign with your top of funnel. From my personal experience, a lot of times people, even if they have the money, they want to spend immediately $200, $300 per day on their ad accounts. This is something that is not working. I think from my personal experience again, that when you're working with new ad accounts, you need also to train your ad account so that it can understand what are you selling, to whom you are selling. So starting with 50, I have seen, or 100 per day, I have seen that it's the sweet spot. Now, if you have 50 to spend, okay, which is something that a lot of people do, they spend $1,500 per day. In your top of funnel, you should do one CBO campaign, which is going to have the $50 budget. You should do dynamic creative ads, which I have a video in the description, video link in the description so that you can see how you can do them. And you will have to do 3 or 4 ad sets. Of course, if you are having a business which is selling something for $1,000 or $1,500, maybe you should do less ad sets, or if you're selling something super cheap, maybe you can do even more ad sets if you think that you should go for $5 cost per purchase. At the end of the day, you need to understand that with a new pixel and with a new ad account, maybe you are not going to hit your numbers, but what I'm trying to say here is that if you have a very expensive product, put less ad sets. If you have a very cheap product, put more ad sets. About the interests, you should put the interests that they're going to be smaller and not so broad, okay? Start with something smaller and just put 1 or 2 interests per ad set and not more than that. Now, if you will have your CBO campaign, which is going to start spending this $50, you will start seeing some results. Close the bad ad sets and keep the good ones so that you can start having some positive ROAS. If it's not working, change your creatives and do another CBO campaign. Of course, for me, 5 days are enough, okay? If for 5 days you're not having sales and stuff, it's enough. Of course, I'm always talking about conversion campaigns with purchase event optimization. You shouldn't do anything else that it's not having this optimization, because if you're doing traffic ads or if you're doing engagement ads, you are not going to get sales out of it. So enough with the theory. Now, all the things that I have told you, it's time to see it on the PC so that you can understand it better. Actually, I didn't want to do it, but I realized that it's going to be super confusing. And since this video is all about people who don't have a lot of experience with Facebook ads, there you go. So first of all, you will have to create, now we are in the scenario that you're having, that you want to spend $50, and as I said, you're not going to send traffic from any other source. So we're just going to do a $50 CBO top of funnel campaign. Now, you're going to start over here by just pressing create, okay? And you're going to do a conversion campaign, okay? Now, you're going to press continue over there. You will be over here and you will open here the CBO, the campaign budget optimization. This is what you should do, and you're going to put 50. You're going to do that because this is your budget and you want Facebook to attribute the budget among your ad sets. Let's go straight away to the ad sets. And since we're doing a conversion campaign, we're always going to put purchase event. We want to pick the purchase event. We don't want traffic ads. We don't want any ads that they're optimizing for add to carts, initiate checkouts and everything. You don't care about the data at this point. You care about the purchases. You need to get purchases because this is what is going to help you. If you get 500 checkouts or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not going to help you for later. So we go straight away to purchase event. We start our ads the next day at 6 a.m. Here it is Pacific, so I like to do 4 a.m. I have videos for all of these things. If you want to learn why we do that, watch my video. I have a link on the description. But if you just want to follow, just because you are bored to see it, just follow this. Now we will go here and we are going to open our dynamic creative. Okay, we're not going to even talk about the creatives that we're going to use in this video. This is the whole point of this video, is talking to you about the strategy that you can use as a startup business. I have a whole video about dynamic creative ads and how you can create them. You can check the link of the description again. Then we go over here, and this is the most important thing. It's our targeting. Sometimes I like to start businesses without the detailed targeting expansion, and let's say for the sake of this test that we're going to advertise as an e-commerce store that is selling clothing for young girls. So we're targeting their mothers, and one interest that we can put is this: parents with early school-age children, 6 to 8 years old. This is one of our interests. It's 1.9 to 2.2 million in United States. Very good audience. I would start my initial campaign without the detailed targeting expansion because your pixel is fairly new and doesn't know how to target. I will use automatic placements as a starting point over here, and then you can move to other kind of placements, like only the 4 ones that are working. Again, I'm having a link on the description about the placements and everything that you should know about them. Here we're going to use 7 days click, 1 day view, and this is your ad set number 1. Okay, now I would strongly suggest you to do 3 or 4 ad sets with this budget so that you can start testing. Most of the times when people use bigger budgets, by the way, when you see this message over here, just ignore it, okay? It's Facebook that is trying to take you money for link clicks or for something else, and we don't want that. Now, the way that you're going to move from there is that you're going to go on your ad level and you're going to put your different creatives and stuff. As I said, there's a whole video about that, the dynamic creative ads and how you can do it. Now, when we are here, we have our first interest, and you're going to duplicate this one. By the way, it's better if you name it also like this so that you will be able to know what it is. And then you can duplicate Let's duplicate this 3 times, okay? For the sake of the conversation, let's do it like this. And here we're going to put the different interests that we're going to use. This is number 1. This is number 2. Of course, you will have to do an audience research about that and see what kind of interest you want to use. Also in this channel, we're talking a lot about how to find interest and how to be smart with your targeting. I know that as a new business, it's very challenging for you to find interest and targeting, but you should see all of the videos. By the way, if you are thinking like, but you're not telling this on the video or that, and you don't want to watch another 10 videos in order to learn Facebook ads, this is your mistake, okay? And if you think that from one video you're going to learn everything about Facebook ads, you are wrong, okay? You have to watch me, other people, and start familiarize yourself with the platform and start working with it. So when we come here, we have this thing. We are going to change now the targetings based on the ones that we said. Let's go here. So 9 to 12 years old. Here we have 2.6 to 3.1. Perfect. It's a very good audience for a new pixel. Let's go here. Let's take this one. Let's put this one here. 5.8 to 6.8. And let's take the daughter one. Is this bigger? No, 3.2 to 3.8. As you have seen over here, I'm trying not to put very big audiences. I'm trying to start smaller and then you can go to bigger. If you see that it's working, you can always hit reach more people and it's going to target a whole a bigger audience for you. But at the end of the day, I think that this is a very clear structure of how you should approach it. You should do CBO campaigns because they're working very well. You should not start with ABO. You need to put several ad sets and not just only one ad set. You need to have more options and better targeting over here with options that you're going to research. At the end of the day, with this campaign, you're having a very good initiation, and this is how I would have done it, and this is how I do it for businesses that I start now and they have this kind of budget. Very clear instructions. I think that this is something that you can use. Now, let's discuss from for the case that you're going to have some traffic also from other sources. You can split your budget to 30-20. So in number 1, you can do 30, but instead of doing that many ad sets, you can do 3, I'm guessing, okay? And I know that in some of my videos, I'm telling that you should not ask too much from Facebook. For example, here, if we spend 30, it's like we are saying, hey, spend $10 in each ad set, and we are asking for $10 cost per purchase daily. Maybe it's not going to happen. Well, if you have such a small budget, there is no other way, okay? You need to put some ad sets. You need to put also some different options for Facebook to work, and we hope that Facebook is going to optimize to an option that's going to have sales. The next thing that you need to do here is to actually do a campaign for your $20 that are left. What I would do is that since you're a startup, I wouldn't do a campaign for middle of funnel, but only for bottom of funnel. And you can go to your audiences over here. We are going to create 3 audiences. This is the most basic bottom of funnel campaign that you can do. You can press create custom audience. By the way, when you're starting a new business, you should not advertise with a full catalog, but you should focus in 1 or 2 products, you know, because you need to find your best sellers. You should not focus with all of your products and just confuse people. If you think that 1 or 2 or 3 products have better chances, or if you want to split test them with the dynamic ads to see which one is working better, this is something that is going to be better. Now, if we click here on the website, press next, and then we go to here, and we are going to create 3 audiences, okay? The first one is going to be the people who view content in the last 30 days. The next one is going to be the people who add to cart in the last 30 days. Of course, in order for you to create it, you have to also name it, add to cart 30 days, for instance, okay? And press create. And then let me create them all for you so that it's going to be visible for you. So we are going here to put view content. So view content, 30 days. Done. And now also the purchase, we want to exclude people who purchased in the last 30 days. Okay. So now that you have created all of your audiences, it's time to do our retargeting campaign. We're going to press create again. We're going to press conversions, continue. If you have this option, choose the manual ones. And here we're going to name this bottom of funnel, whatever you want to name it. We're going to put our $20 budget here. Again, it's going to be dynamic ad. Come on. It's going to be dynamic ad. It's going to have the purchase event. It's going to be exactly the same as your cold traffic campaign. You can also do a retargeting campaign with a catalog. I'm having also a video in the description about it. But if you have 1 or 2 products, this is the way to do it instead of using a catalog. You can start this campaign whenever you want. Just for the sake of this example, let's do 4 a.m. the next day because it's Pacific. And here in the custom audiences is the area that you're going to add the add to cart 30 days, the view content 30 days, and then you're going to exclude the people who purchased in the last 30 days. And here you're going to have 0 interests and automatic placements, so more options over here. This one should go to 7 days click, 1 day view, and you're set. You're just publishing from here and you're having $20 spent on bottom of funnel, $30 spent on top of funnel. And this is one of the most easy setups for a startup so that you can know how to control your budgets. One case, you are having top of funnel, all of them 50. If you are not going to run any ads in any other channels or you don't expect sales from other channels. And the other one is with some retargeting and some top of funnel. I still would prefer if you could spend $50 on your top of funnel with what we have explained and then spend something extra on retargeting, maybe a $10 or $15, whatever. Or maybe you can do 40-10, which is also acceptable. You can do $10 on your bottom of funnel and you can do 40 with 3 assets or 4 assets and try your luck over there. So this is the way that I am starting with new companies that they are starting now, and I will see you for the closing of this video. So this is my opinion. If your metrics are different, if your business is different and it's not working for you, you can test something different. At the end of the day, this video is not a whole complete guide. You need to watch all the other videos that I'm saying, and I have links on the description about, so that you will be able to do it on your own. I can understand that if you're starting now, Facebook Business Manager might look like a maze for you, but at the end of the day, you need to go and you need to cover the extra mile, and you need to keep watching videos, consume content in order to familiarize yourself more with the platform. So that's all I had for you today. If you want to learn more about Facebook ads and go deeper, you can buy my book or you can see my courses. And don't forget that until we meet again, you have to be creative and you have to be consistent.